Enjoy this live with Healthy by Wendy going into energy work and being service as a new mom. Thanks everyone, and welcome to my first live of day 8 of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. I can't believe we're already here. This is going to be a fun one. I'm bringing Healthy by Wendy on, and we're going to be going into energy work and being of service as a new mom. If you didn't know by now, the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle is going along and it's ramping up near the end. So if you haven't checked it out yet, now is the time. You can check it out in Wendy's link or in mine. We're talking about 33 brand new, never before released resources that are, worth like $840 for just $50 only until the 12th, 11:59 p.m. PST. It's a pretty ridiculous deal. Wendy's got a brand new book in there. Yeah, I got a brand new book in there. You're going to want to check them both out. So let's invite Wendy in here. Hey, Wendy. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Stoked to see ya. Wendy's new book is The Art of Smoothie Bowls. I got my Banana Commander's big banana book, and there is so much more in there.
Hello.
Hey, Wendy.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello again. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. A whole lot better than yesterday.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I know it's been a little bit tough, but that's part of the course, eh? Part of the dance of life.
Yeah, it's part of it. It's part of it. If you don't sleep, you can eat all the raw food you want, but sleep is important as well.
It is so important. I tell you, the first 3 nights of the bundle, I did not get nearly enough. And then since then, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make sure I absolutely do. So I have been, and I'm feeling a little bit more fresh. So I hope that you get a really good sleep tonight, too.
Okay.
So this is a pretty fun topic. And for those who don't know you, just in case, do you want to just give a little bit of a short synopsis of who you are and what you're about? And then I'll go into my first question that will go into this topic directly.
Wow. Okay. So hi, everybody. My name is Wendy. I am from the Netherlands. I am currently there as well. However, I've been traveling and living in Spain for the last few years. And that has been amazing, but I wanted to have my baby here where I can actually understand what people are saying. Okay, in the end there was no midwife, but yeah, the whole idea was that I would understand the midwife. Well, there was nobody. So anyway, she's born. I organized the Dutch Food Festival since 2019. At that moment I was like 3 years 100% raw, like sticking to the ultimate protocol for me, like the healing protocol with twice a day yoga, meditation, and energy healing and all of that, and saunas 3 times a week, and exercising every day, go to the gym and swimming.
Dedicated.
So I wanted to share with other people that fact that how we're eating and what we're doing, and how you can actually help yourself and help your body and mind, and actually your mind and spirit as well, like holistically. And I wanted to bring people together, not just as an energetic therapist, because I coach people as well, but so I've been organizing that just because it was so amazing when I heard about a fruit festival, that there's more people eating like this, even if it's 1 week a year.
Amazing. It's amazing. It's such a chance to connect and to recharge and to, grow that community and meet each other and just not feel like a weirdo, go together and like, what are you eating? Why are you eating so much? Everyone's like, hey, what's up? You like that?
Yeah. So at this point, I thought we should have it on mainland Europe. Danish one didn't exist anymore, or I didn't find it anyway. And I was like, okay, we need one. So if nobody's doing it, I'm going to do that.
I love
did.
It. Yeah. That's great. I mean, the world needs more fruit festivals and gatherings like that, and it's waking people up because, I'm sure at first people are like, what, a fruit festival? What are you going to do there? Just like look at fruit and eat fruit. And obviously that's a part of it, but there's a lot more that goes on at the festivals as well.
Absolutely. And I love all of them. Even though I still have to come to your retreat, that's now in Sweden. I still got it on my schedule. Oh. But I went to different places, even to Thailand and to England, to Austria. This is my favorite ones that I keep going every time.
I don't blame
And
you. I really want to make it to a retreat or a festival in Thailand. You know, I know Grant's been running those for a long time, and just the abundance of really crazy tropical fruit. And I mean, durian, come on, just eating durian every day sounds pretty nice.
so it is really nice. It is really
Yeah.
nice. So at the festival in Netherlands, I mean, we try to get some tropical fruits as well for people to try something new.
Yeah.
And so every time there are things that I haven't tried before, so that others can have that as well.
Yeah.
And we're lucky to be close to Rotterdam, where
Okay.
um, yeah, that's where they bring on most of the boats. Antwerp is another one
Hmm.
from all over the planet, actually. So yeah, that's also then where there's some wholesales locations are where you can
Get
get awesome
more.
fruits.
Yeah, get more for less. That's never a bad thing when you're on this lifestyle and you like to eat a lot of it.
Yeah, you don't need to have a business to go there anyway.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to have some, like, I love their jackfruit,
Hmm.
and it's like so cheap as well.
That's awesome.
Then you can just like call the guy and say, okay, I want a ripe one, and they'll go and video for you which one you want. And yeah, 1 4, okay, and then
Wow.
then you can have that. And that's the lucky of being in Rotterdam as well, that for the festival, but also being in Netherlands, that even boats from Spain come there. So sometimes, like now, I got this Gallia melon and cantaloupe melon.
Hmm.
They're both coming from Spain,
Hmm.
and in Spain at this moment, I wouldn't have
Hmm.
them because they put them on the boat to go to Rotterdam to go to all the
Yeah.
supermarkets.
Yeah, they do the same with a lot of stuff in Hawaii and a bunch of other places they grow because they can sell it for more to other countries, right? So it's a means
Yeah,
for them to make a little bit more, right? But
yeah,
that's amazing. I feel blessed that I have a wholesale produce place here too, that you don't need to have a business. I do have one, but you don't need to, and that's a real huge tip for people to look for wholesalers. And if you don't have a wholesale account, you can talk to someone maybe who has a restaurant or a little grocery store and see if they'll add on to their order, stuff like that. Brings your prices down, helps things out a lot. But so that was a great intro. I'm just curious about this first part of the topic, energy work. What was your introduction to it, and what does energy work mean to you?
So energy work, yeah. My first introduction would be just being a kid.
Yeah.
Um, I would see these glitter things around people, and they would move, and you're supposed to look at the teacher, right?
Were you on
Because they
drugs?
want you to.
Oh, okay.
No, it was
Just checking. Just check. I'm totally joking.
I
Just check.
was like, I think 9, 10, 11, like the last year of primary school,
Hmm.
and puberty is coming, and
Hmm.
I was this very nice girl that sits in front and pays attention, but I had
Me
it
too.
quite easy. Like my brain
Yeah.
obviously was working a little bit better than average, so for me it was quite boring to listen to the same thing. But you're supposed to watch in front, and I didn't want to upset anybody or get in trouble,
Yeah.
so I would just like stare at the teacher.
Me too. It's like you're describing my story as well. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
okay, so I would just stare at the teacher, like, and pretend that I'm listening. And I would just see if those things would move, and if they would also be between my fingers, and how that would go. And one thing led to another. And later I found out that this is a part of the energy body of a human being.
Yeah.
And that all living things, even lifeless things, how they teach you in school, have some sort of an energy around them.
Yeah.
They're all different. And I went to Natural History Museum, and I met a lady there. I was interested in crystals, like stones, and so I learned that stones can heal people, or I knew, I have no idea, but I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I'm going to help heal people. And I was always playing with stones, putting them on their body. I have no idea why I put stones on people like that, but I was just doing it, playing, not knowing that probably this was some sort of signal sending to my body that I was accepting. Yeah, like I was already as a child accepting this, even though I didn't know what I was doing. I was just playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she explained me, okay, like for example, amethyst is for when you have a headache. And I thought, oh, my mom always has a headache. So in this trip, I got her amethyst and told my mom, you should wear it because it helps with your headache and stuff like that. And then I learned, okay, so it's the energy of the stone that's influencing the energy body of the human. And that might be beneficial. Like, it's not for everybody that this amethyst will work for the headache, but at least it's doing something. So that's how I got introduced. And then when I went to secondary school, my dad did a Reiki course. So that was quite interesting. And he shared about that, and I was interested in that. So I read a couple of books about aura healing, about energy work, and I just did the exercises, even though I never did the Reiki course at that time. I thought, oh, that's cool, I'm working, I'm working, it's functioning. I can feel that, I can feel the energy ball and can make the energy shower, and like that. So and it was basically, the work was basically like you sit still and you just like scan your whole body. You feel your feet with your eyes closed, and your legs and your knees, and then your lower body, upper body, and head. And then you're like, okay, and then you imagine like there's a sun above you that shines on you, and you just breathe in that energy. And then when you breathe out, you can also make it go down to earth and come back up in your body. And I was doing that, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. My mom and dad would ask me, what did you do in your room? I was like, nothing. Like, well, what do you do? Nothing. Well, I think to myself, well, I sat on this chair for almost 1 hour doing nothing.
Doing nothing and everything at the same time.
Yeah, so I didn't know I was meditating and doing energy work as that. So yeah, when I got older, so I stopped and I tried some again, and I was really a library girl. So by the time I was 16, I was like, oh, I want to do this Reiki course too. And it took me, I think, another year to actually find somebody to do it. And then I became Reiki master teacher to help teach other people as well. And I went to do Reiki techniques, and I learned about all the different variety and different symbols. And then about different cultures around the world, how symbols have effect on humans, because also a sign can have an energy. And words have energy, and words like love have a more positive energy on the body than words like hate. And so Imaru Emoto is his name.
Yeah.
He did that
Dr.
work
Emoto.
on he did that work on water. He said words to water and froze it to see what the shape would look like, and you would see these beautiful shapes with words like love. And I read so many books. Like, I was really a library girl. Like I said, I was a good girl, in school. I loved to read. And I had to go to the big library after because I needed more books. And so when I was studying, I gave my first course. I was 21.
No way.
Yeah. So I did these spiritual weekends, and first I was just a group of people that were interested in it. We met online in 2000, I think, and we did photo readings. So I did free photo readings for people, and
like aura readings, or like aura photo,
with
Carillion photography.
Yeah, so they just send a photo of themselves or somebody, and then I would tell them how I would feel with the photo. And so half of the time it would be a dead person, so I would give them messages about the deceased person, not knowing if the person was alive or not. So in the end, I asked, okay, is that you or somebody else, and are they alive? And I did that through phone, through chat, and it was really fun. And so we started with a group of people that were interested in that, and we were meeting up, and we started to do this weekend together. And at some point, they all said to me, Wendy, when are you going to teach? Because you know more than the people we're inviting. I was like, okay. And then, I started to teach people the techniques, how to improve your intuition, basically, like spiritual, intuitive development, like how to get more in tune with how, not emotionally you're feeling, but also energetically you're feeling, and how you can notice where is your aura, and when you're connecting to somebody, and how does it affect you when you connect to one or more people, or how does a room feel like. For example, for me it was all like normal. I would, when I was a kid, I would tell children things that I wasn't supposed to know.
Yeah.
So they didn't really like that though. But yeah, I didn't knew that I wasn't supposed to know. You understand? Because when you're 5 or something, you don't know you're not supposed to know. You just want to know, how is your mom doing, you know?
Yeah.
You just feel for them. You have no idea how, you don't even think, oh, how do I know about their mom? No, you just like, oh, hello, how's your mom doing? So that kids found that pretty scary. So I kept it quiet from when I went to secondary school till I only except with the online friends, you know, online.
Did you ever have any like strange interactions with people, them being really thrown off by it, that were impactful on you at an early age, that kind of caused you to want to kind of not really be as outspoken about it?
Yeah, I really had one girl saying if I continued to act so weird, she would send her dad, and I know their family, like they are really aggressive. I was like really afraid of them. So I tried to, that's why I was so good girl. I just shut up most of the time when I wasn't in a school or unknown people, which actually came out at home because my parents said I was very busy. I talk a lot, I scream a lot, because I think I just shut down when I went out, to not want it to be weird until I find somebody that I can trust in this area. And I did have another weird experience. Actually, I see here Alchemic Phoenix Kitchen saying about lucid dreaming.
Yeah, another interesting topic.
Yeah, and that also relates to this topic. I had that as well when I was in the primary school. When we were in our old house, I would go to sleep and I would plan, oh, today I want to fly down the stairs about 10 times and then around the block, and I would just plan and go to sleep and just do it, and I was so happy, oh, you know. I didn't know. And then when we moved, this is when I at my 11th birthday, we moved just before or just after, like a week or two. And in the new house, I remember that I went to sleep and I was lost. I was just lost. Like, where's my stairs? Where am I? And that took a while before I was awake and realizing, oh wait, it was in the other house. So tonight when I go sleep, I first have to go to the other house, and I would imagine the road to the house before going to sleep, so that when I sleep I could go down the other stairs, not knowing of course that if there are other people sleeping there I might freak them out. But I didn't know that it was real. I just thought it was a dream.
Just dreams. Yeah.
But I realized when it was that it not was a dream when I at the same, like when I went to secondary school. So then you're like 11, halfway 11 becoming 12, alarm would go off, and in my dream I would wake up, walk to the thing, click the alarm, realize, I'm still in the bed.
Holy cow.
Oh my
That's
god, I'm in the
trippy.
bed. Okay, I have to wake up. And I had to do it like 2, 3, 4 times before I actually said to myself, now you really have to wake up because you got to go there with the body.
Yeah.
And that happened so often that made me learn, okay, maybe I'm doing something weird. And then I found one of those books about lucid dreaming and I started reading about it. And I woke up also a lot with like scary people in the new room, in the new house.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what is, I didn't know, like I thought it was just nightmares, but looking back, I think it was a strange field. There is lots of really ancient stuff that went on there. It was not really cleaned. So it took it. Then I did some exercises, you know, like cleaning and stuff, and after that was better. And also
smudging.
Knowing that it's not something to be afraid of. That was also helping. Yeah,
some entities definitely feed off of fear, hey, and being really embodied in your light can create safety, right?
Yeah. And then I started consciously connecting okay, I have energy guides. This is these people, and they feel like that. I don't see what things look like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's very strange. Everything for me goes through feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm similar with that.
I also have to. So you also have to translate what you're feeling to what it actually looks like, which is very interesting translation. It's really like English to Dutch. And,
so did you find that you know, dealing with those, you know, shadows or darker entities, whatever it might be, that you kind of experienced, was that something that through books or connecting with people you found help in? Was Reiki any part of that at all, or was that totally separate and later?
no, that was before I found out about my dad in the Reiki.
Yeah.
That was just like maybe 1 year or something. Mm-hmm. And so in the book of my dad that I took when he was not there,
yeah,
I was like, I'm not telling my dad, you know, I'm a teenager. I'm not telling my dad. So yeah, there was some exercises, like some cleaning things that you could do, but also it gave me, I think the fact that I had some confidence about what was going on, that was really my awakening. Like in between the don't want people to know me and that moment, there was a couple of years, and that really woke me back up. Mm-hmm. So I don't think there were actually bad entities. I don't think they're bad entities anyway. Yeah. I think they're all just lost. Yeah. Most of them are lost. But I actually, I think looking back, it was a help to wake me back up. And yeah, like, hello, you were born with that. Mm-hmm. What are you stuffing yourself, pretending it doesn't exist, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it sounds like you have a really natural proclivity towards this awareness. Do you think that everyone has this capacity and capability? And if so, you know, are there benefits towards it that you've really gleamed? Is there something that you would recommend people to explore or look into if they feel kind of inclined? What would you say around that?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that everybody is born with this. I believe we all have these 5, 6 senses. Yeah. And I always give the example, if you're not sure if you know it or not, everybody knows when their mom's going to call them. Or when you go in a party and the atmosphere is bad, you can feel it without opening your eyes.
The vibes. Yeah.
The vibe is not the right party vibe. Yeah. You know? And that is it. Yeah. That's it. And then just go from there.
Yeah.
I do have learned that there are some things going on in energy world that are not very happy for us, and it goes pretty far.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, when you get a visitor, it's not somebody that wants to attack you or something. It doesn't work like that. But if you go do, especially if you want to do trips. So I did a trip, you go meditating, you take your energy body to another heaven and see what's going on up there, or I don't know, go talk to some aliens or something. I call them aliens because they're energies that are not currently attached to a human body on planet Earth. So I don't know where they exactly are. So sometimes they're with Earth, but in another dimension. So I just call it alien because they're not like in a human form, but we can talk like you and me. Yep. But you can talk with them. I do really recommend first get to know yourself, get to know your own aura, do your grounding. Like it's really important, and do some work to heal your inner child, look at your blockages, meet your spirit guides. Mm-hmm. Like everybody has this angel protector, one or more. They're always there and they always want to help. Mm-hmm. That's the main thing. They're always the most supportive team you can ever have. Yeah. They're like, oh my God, we're not in a body, but you are, and we're supporting you. Just tell us what you need. Yeah. And when you've done those a few steps, like grounding, learn grounding, get to know your aura, you know, where are you not, where's the other one starting, then can meet your spirit guides, and then you can go do that. There's so many people like, oh my God, I took plant medicine. I went to 20 different places. It was really awesome, but now I am in a mess and I'm in hell, and this and this is going on. Yeah, that's what happens if you don't know. Yeah,
what you're doing.
Like, if you don't know what you're doing, and you just skip some steps, it's like, here's the pool, good luck.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're
definitely
sorry,
good
but
to have awareness around it, right? And some kind of a capable guide if that's a route you choose.
yeah, and it doesn't have to take long. You can do a little course, you can follow a mini course, you can read some books, and yeah, I mean, like, I did most of it with books, and I met some people along the way. They will show up by themselves, and I had some gigantic fears to overcome, and I had this crano-sacral. Do you know, is that an English word?
I don't know that word,
It's
no.
like crano, it means it's the head, and sacral, that's sacrum, so that's the top of the lower part of your
Lower
spine.
chakra. Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't really work with chakras normally. They only work with the whole spine. And see how there are blockages, and they do some emotional work as well. There's somatic.
Somatic.
Yeah. So I met this woman, and I got rid of these fears that were really blocking me from wanting to be on Earth completely, and that in that process, I found out that because I did that, I was able to not only be more positive in my life, but also to feel the energy better. Like, it's just like I grown, not only emotionally getting rid of the child trauma, but also grown spiritually. I grew up in a way.
Heightened awareness and confidence, or
But the confidence gave me, it's like I could channel more.
Yeah.
I was easier to understand what I was receiving. Like, before, I told all these people, like, look, for me it's open or closed. The door opens and all this stuff's coming at me. I'm seeing all these pictures, I'm feeling all this stuff, there's all this information, and I have no idea what to do, and I cannot make sense of anything, so I just keep the door closed. When I open it, I get so overwhelmed. Sometimes I couldn't go to sleep because it was just like I was bombarded with information from wherever. And yeah, that can happen if you have your energy channel from above to below, but you don't have your channel from below into the ground.
Yeah, so you're not grounded.
Yeah. Then your nervous system is receiving. You're an antenna, but you're not connected to the ground, so you cannot differentiate. You cannot not that well. And so that I was all teenager when that happened.
That's wild. That's super wild. I mean, I've had some of my own experiences, and I don't need to go too much into that myself, but not at such an early age. And for me, there was plant medicines involved that opened some of those doors at a semi-early age, late teens, but we do have a book on microdosing in the bundle, actually, which is pretty interesting, raw food microdosing. What do you think about that in terms of the development of this awareness and or connection to other energies and realities that maybe most people don't necessarily maybe believe in or really notice or feel?
Yeah. I can give you an opinion on that. I honestly believe we don't need it.
Yeah.
But I also believe that it can be very helpful and healing as well. And that's why it's called plant medicine, because it can really, really help some people that can not help themselves in another way.
Yeah.
I also would always recommend take somebody that knows what they're doing, like a real experienced person, and make sure that you're not experimenting on your own.
Yeah, my first time was with friends, and it was a disaster. It took it took some time for that to even out.
Okay, I understand. Yeah.
Now, what do you think? This is kind of another angle here. What do you think the role of belief has in this realm and what we're talking about?
Well, belief, we always get in front of our face what we believe.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you believe it's not possible, it will be way more hard for you to experience that than for somebody who believes it's possible.
Absolutely.
If you
Yeah.
think it's going to be a disaster, it will probably become a disaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it works with everything like that in our world. You know, you receive what you send out. What you believe is what you get back. And some beliefs are subconscious. That's
Yeah.
something that I really have to say. Like, I work on, that's what I mostly work on people, that they are aware of some problem, but there are subconscious beliefs, for inherited ones, for example, that really give some experiences, repetitive experiences, and usually not very good ones.
Mhm.
And so if you have, like, I believe in reincarnation, all these things. I've seen too many
Me too.
too many proof for that.
Yeah.
That if you have worked with this in another previous life, then it's easier for you, even
Yeah.
if you are raised Christian or Muslim or something like very strict. Even if you in another life you choose to have a different religion and you did do this work, then it would be able for you to experience something and change your mind and change your religion, or be open for other experiences. And then that would be an unconscious belief that somebody would have. But to come back on the other part about the plant medicine, actually I do have multiple friends who use it. I never did it because I had one friend, it's something you had to do one drop in your nose. I don't remember exactly what it was. And I said, can I just smell it? Because everybody was smelling it. And I was like, yeah, it smells nice. I said, okay, give to me. They didn't even hold it like right in front of me, and I could just pick up on the energy. I
Yeah.
smelled just a little bit of it, and it just made me go, oh, cool. I can go there. I can go there. So
Wow.
if you talk microdoses, I love that.
Yeah.
And
That's
that's what I call a microdose. Just a fragment of somewhere outside of you. And um, it was something that if I would remember the name, that I would use if I want to investigate something about myself and want to heal something. I would just hold it, open it over there, have a little smell, and help me go through the process. Because sometimes for me also, I have stuff in my brain. It doesn't want to stop talking. And so I think those things can be very beneficial.
Yeah. 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 For
Now,
me, it was definitely very beneficial. And in my life, I think the thing I've mentioned before, and I'm not in any way, shape, or form, recommending, I think it's important that everyone moves with their intentions and their what's it called, um, intuition, right? What they actually feel drawn to, not like from a mind, but from a energy, heart kind of center, And I was really strongly drawn to that stuff because before I even got into raw food or anything like that, it was Celestian prophecies and then Don
yeah.
Juan and the Yakaway warrior and all this kind of stuff. And for me, the thing again, kind of tying into belief was I had the intellectual knowledge, but it required some of that stuff to experientially know it. And then it was like the confidence and the clarity helped bring it more into my everyday reality. And, without going too much into that, because I want this to be about you for sure. Um, I used to do a lot of mushrooms and I'd see auras. That was the only time I saw auras. The first time I saw an aura without plant medicines was when I met Dr. Graham and I saw his. And that's why I was like, this guy knows something. And I was like, I'm going to follow him. And it completely changed my whole life, right? So that's
Yeah.
other stories here. But how do you find this has impacted your overall life and what you do now? And like, how does raw food tie into that? Did this have anything that kind of directed you towards raw food or anything kind of like my experience? Or how do you see that connection?
I lost the ability to see colors and real auras, by the way.
Really?
Uh, yeah, because I never did it, and then when I wanted to do it again, it was really hard to see it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
I've had waves
never,
too.
yeah, I never saw colors until I went to study holistic medicine. So it's called eclectic energetic therapies. I studied that. It's actually a bachelor's level, you know.
That's wild.
And I will never become a natural doctor because it doesn't exist in Netherlands, but you can be therapist, which is just one level under, you know. And there was one day where we were supposed to see each other's aura, and I was like, bring it on. Like, I've been trying for the last years to see. I can see those glittery things, and I can see the shape if I really concentrate, but the colors, I want to do some colors. Yeah. And when you this was actually a very simple procedure, and at the end of the day, everybody could see it. Everybody.
Yeah.
Because we. Oh, 1 second. Can you turn off the gas? The herbs.
Yeah. You see watermelon lime. Or you can.
So yes, they learn you how to see it, not just feel it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's okay. So if you stand with multiple people, just give the secret. Who cares? Huh?
Yeah.
If you stand with multiple people and you hold hands, and there's one person who knows how to do, because you hold hands and you're standing close to each other, your energies like mix, and then it's easier to pick up on this person that already knows how to do it. And this is how I learned also all the other things from this craniosacral therapy person.
Yeah.
She just stood there and told me do this, and I felt her doing it, and I was like, oh, I can do it, and I just copied her. So if there's somebody who knows how to do it, it's very easy. And if you are with a group standing together, you you combine your energies.
That's and really cool.
Thank you. I'm taking some herb medicine.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's just a plant. I can look the box what it says in English. It's
a tea, a tincture.
It's an extract. Yeah, it's not really tea.
Yeah.
It's just a plant that's native here, and it helps with shrinking the uterus and healing faster from pregnancy and birth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
It.
In the interest of time and the topic we've discussed, this has been a really fun conversation, and one I know that we could have a lot more on, and I'm sure people are interested in. But in the interest of time as well, moving into that aspect of being of service as a new mother, you just gave birth. Has it just been 3.5 weeks ago, or how long ago has it been?
2.5.
2.5? Wow. Okay. And this is your second child, am I correct?
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, this is the second one, and I'm 42.
Yeah.
I had the other one 11 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was 31, and now it's 42. And really, raw food, you ask about raw food and energy and stuff. Really, I healed my body in those 3 years. And I had that disaster with that first pregnancy. And this one, amazing.
Yeah.
No pelvic instability. I still had energy. I was like, la la la, going 4-star stairs up and 4, like big ones, from these big old warehouses. And I was like, what? I can continue to do this until the end of the pregnancy? How insane is this? And it's just been very special. And I mean, like, if you see how I came out, and it was 2.5 years of pain and misery and not being able to walk up and down the stairs or carry my child walking up a hill, or pushing a shopping cart or opening a door with one of those blocker things, and then being able to do that, but go in another pregnancy where I was just doing yoga, like acro and stuff, and I was just doing some new gymnastics, and then I found out I was pregnant. I was like, oops.
Oh. No more inversions, hey?
Yeah, exactly. That's what Rosalind Graham, the wife of Douglas Graham, he told me, like, no, now it's done. Come on, just a few. Come on, you're just in the beginning.
Yeah. So what do you think was the big difference between the first and the second that allowed you to move through it so much more gracefully?
It was just me doing 3.5 years of detox.
Yeah.
3.5 years of just very clean. I mean, no jar of tahini.
Yeah.
No, I used to start like, yeah, no, but there's people who are doing the raw food, and then, of course, and they add like cocoa aminos and apple cider vinegar, and oh, this is raw. Yeah, or sort of, like, no, I mean, like, very, very clean.
Yeah.
And I needed to do that because when I would eat something, even if I would eat broccoli or kale or any sulfurous food, I would be in so much pain in the beginning, just from the simple non-hurtful fruits and veggies to doing it. And now I can just eat a broccoli and I'll be okay. And then I would eat an avocado and it would hurt my body. The next day I would have like rheumatism symptoms, but now I don't have that anymore. So now I could just la la la.
Beautiful. Like, la, la. What a transformation, right? Like, it sounds like in more than a few ways you had heightened awareness. Some people would call it sensitivity, right? But that's a beautiful thing. And where are you at now, like with the service and doing the energy work, the coaching, the raw food? Do you intermix and mingle it? Like, what does that all kind of come together and gel for you?
Yeah, totally. I provide a holistic package for anybody who wants to step up their game in health wise. Yeah. So that can be health wise as in mental health, but it can also be health wise physically. And usually one does not go without the other. They always go together. Yeah. And I always offer people the opportunity to get energetically tested. So I do that manually with the wrist test with my hand if I'm with them, or with the bioresonance machine. That's just for fun to check if I did it right for them, because I trust myself better than the machine. Yeah. Or through a photo, it's also possible. And also combine that with my physics and chemistry background with everything I learned from Dr. Graham and Dr. Robert Morse. Mm-hmm. And I combined that into a package where I just check, this is what this says, this is what that says, this is what that says. And then we can just find out, okay, what specific herb is good for you? Do you need them? Do you just eat, or do you need to juice them, or do we have to buy something? Because there's really people who are at the edge, they have stage 4 cancer. I can't just sorry, but they need some supplements. It's either that or very heavy treatment. So I just try to see where people are and make that package. And I always have people do the energy work. The energy work cleans not only your energy body, but the physical body. Like when you practice yoga, you must know it, Chris.
I'm definitely in this realm with Kundalini and all the stuff you're talking about. Definitely been a keen interest for a long time.
Yeah, and the nervous system usually needs some changes. Otherwise, you wouldn't not have attracted this illness or disease. And so then I have beautiful clients. I totally love them. I have 3 of them meeting their twin flame person, but we talk about that later. That's like your soulmate. After a year to 3 years of, Wendy, I understand what happened to you now. And that's so beautiful after for even 1 or 2 or 3, if 5 years, hearing back that what I shared with them was not reachable, raw food wise or energy work wise. But then a couple of years later, they slowly picked it back up, and now they're understanding and doing like way more than I ever shared with them. And that's really beautiful. That's so beautiful work. I just love that. And that is also why most of the time I've been doing it for free in the past. Not anymore. Not anymore. So that's so when people come with me, when you feel like I need to enhance. So some come and they want to eat more raw food, and I end up doing only theta healing with them.
Yeah, oftentimes people don't really know what they're looking for, and they're just looking for something to open them up.
Yeah. And then I have people who are part of my 6 months program or 1 year program, and yeah, I see them 2-3 times a month, or like online.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say, this is my email. You can ask anything in between.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really a beautiful way to make sure people succeed in any health goal that they want to succeed mentally, emotionally, spiritually. That's what I offer right now. And
It's awesome. I love it. So where can people find you? And then I'm gonna have one final question for you because I have another live going in 13 minutes.
okay. Well, thanks for asking all these beautiful questions.
Of course. Yeah, for sure.
So, well, of course, everybody who watches this can see Healthy by Wendy on Instagram. And if you're on YouTube, you can also find healthybywendy.com. That's my website. I have this really beautiful translate button where you can choose English, Spanish, French,
I love that.
Dutch.
I got to get. I had that on my site for a second, then they took it away. I got to get my my tech to put that back on. That's really helpful.
Yeah, well, my tag is me, so I did that.
There you go. There you go.
And yeah, then you can just email Wendy or Wendy at dutchfruitfestival.nl or contact at healthybywendy.com. That's just 2 email addresses.
When is the festival going to be?
Oh, the festival is 19 to 26. 19
of June?
To 26.
Or July?
Of July, yeah, in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. So how does the Art of Smoothie Bowls fit in to energy healing and feeling good and vibrant and the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle?
Yeah, you know, when you're a mom and you're like traveling,
yeah.
like where is the time to make to do 24 hours in a dehydrator?
Yeah.
You know, like when do you have the time to actually do the dishes?
Yeah.
So smoothies are just an awesome way to for yourself, for busy moms, busy entrepreneurs, and kids to just get in those fruits in the morning mostly. And it's so easy to make 1 liter or 2 liters of the smoothie, and you can make a bowl where you can decorate it in funny ways so that your children are, wow, I love this one. You know?
Yeah. Make pictures on it and have beautiful mandalas or anything like that.
Yeah, for me, it's like I really want to offer simple, easy ways to succeed.
Yeah.
And for me, this is one of the game changers. So anybody with children out there, or somebody thinks it's too busy to succeed, look at the smoothie bowls.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes, you can eat.
I love it. I love it. And they're definitely beautiful too. And a great feature of smoothie bowls too is it gets you to slow down and actually chew. So that's, really great too for, anyone, but even for people that are kind of new, that helps with the digestion, the absorption, the blood sugar regulation, all that good stuff, instead of just chugging it down, so that's an added benefit for sure.
And we've
love it.
Noticed that we enjoy the taste better as well when we're spooning instead of gulping it from a bottle. I don't like gulping it from a bottle, really.
Yeah.
I really like spoon, and my kid over there too. When I make a glass, he doesn't want it. And when it's in a bowl with something on top, he's like, where are my raisins?
The benefits of spooning.
Yeah. Spoon the smoothie.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
Yeah, I really look that's how it come in. And when I first saw the bundle, I was like, I want to join, but yeah, you remember I was way too late, right? And then I just bought the bundle because I just wanted to have all these awesome books to inspire me and to try out some different recipes. So after that I joined, and I was really happy to join my first time.
Blessed that you did, and that you continued this year, and by this conversation, as well as our last one, which if you're all right with it, I'll put this up on my YouTube channel and on my website, and also link the other one as well.
Yeah, it was amazing. Thank you for sharing that, and thank you for having me. And I love always how you're so into the bundle, like you do all this hard work in the background. Chris does all the work in the background. He replies all my emails with questions. Imagine having to answer questions of 50 people like that,
150 is what we started out with.
Whoa, yeah, no, like you see, and then and that's really together with Melissa. So I really appreciate that. And then you give everybody a platform on your Instagram, and I love that as well. So that you've obviously found the time to write something nice about every single person that is joining in the bundle, and it's so much appreciated. I'm really like, oh my god, I wish I could do that, but hey, I'm glad that the book was ready on time. And that the baby came on time.
Like, I'm going to be poking a little bit more and a little bit earlier next time, so it's easier for everyone. but
Yeah, yeah.
it's a labor of love. I feel so blessed by it and by everyone who takes part. And I see the ripples go out. We've had people who bought the bundle very much like you, but who came back and whose lives have been changed completely. And if one person's life's changed, then it's well worth it. And we know that this is going to be impacting and helping a lot more than just one person. So thank you so much, Wendy. But I will bid you adieu. I have 7 minutes to do a little bit of chew, and then I'm going to be going live with Elegantly Raw Dorit. So I hope
I
you have
just spoke with her before you.
Oh,
Awesome.
there we go. Well, we're going to mix and mingle back. There we go. Perfect
Okay.
timing. Have an awesome night, Wendy, and I'll be in touch on the other side.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for watching too, and go check out this bundle in our bio.
Definitely do. Check it out. Healthy by Wendy or mine, whichever you like. It's great. So wishing you guys much peace, love from Seasonal Fruit. Bye-bye.
Good evening. Bye.
Be sure to check out the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle while it's still available.